For years, Everlane stood as the poster child for a new kind of retail. It promised high-quality, ethically made basics, positioned as the perfect middle ground between cheap mall brands and luxury, and built around something called radical transparency.
They would tell you basically everything you wanted to know, and probably some stuff you didn't, about how your clothing was made, where it came from, and what it cost.
But now, Everlane has been acquired by ultra-fast fashion giant Shein. For a brand built on transparency, the news is sending shockwaves across the industry.
It makes me really sad. I loved Everlane. I was in love with Everlane.
It begs the question, did Everlane ever actually care about sustainability? Something's not adding up.
So what does this mean for the company and the larger retail category?
So Everlane was one of the first really successful direct-to-consumer apparel companies. The name of the game was sort of simplicity and ease. It was, you could wear it all together in any sort of combination. It would all look pretty good.
So impressed with the quality and the price point, and now I know that I do love you, Everlane.
Everlane was one of a number of companies that didn't necessarily make tech products, but styled themselves in the manner of tech companies, and that extended to the amount of money they raised and the way they chased scale. Everlane was miles ahead of lots of other companies in terms of how efficiently they were able to sell clothes to customers over the internet. This was only 10 or 15 years ago, but that was something that wasn't as easy as it is now.
But in recent years, it started to face some challenges. The brand continued to expand even as that meant accumulating more and more debt. And this presented an opportunity for Shein.
Shein is a Goliath in this business. They've sort of exploded onto the scene and are selling clothes like gangbusters. And their superpower is their ability to really rapidly produce clothes that match the trends that they see online and that young people are interested in.
By undercutting traditional giants like H&M and Zara, Shein built an empire.
But Shein has a pretty checkered reputation in the fashion industry.
The company has become a lightning rod for controversy, drawing scrutiny from environmental watchdogs and global regulators. Despite that, it continues to dominate fast fashion.
I think ultimately consumers wind up voting with their wallets, and especially at a moment where things are more expensive than they've ever been, I don't think it's a surprise that we're seeing folks gravitate toward cheap, disposable fashion.
Shein didn't respond to requests for comment. In a written statement, Everlane's CEO said the company will remain an independent brand, staying true to our long-standing brand values. But the fallout stretches far beyond the one brand. It raises major questions about the future for a whole generation of internet startups.
We've seen a lot of brands that I would consider peers of Everlane either sell to larger companies that can help them scale with meaningful, strategic know-how and distribution, or we've seen them go by the wayside. Allbirds is another company that, like Everlane, was based in the Bay Area and wanted to sell you sneakers that would make you feel really good about your purchase and that were made the right way, and they have pivoted to artificial intelligence. To my mind, Everlane's sale marks the end of a moment where, as long as we picked the right brand, we'd be able to make the world a better place.